Don't fucking cry, you muppet.
Oh, well. Wow, this is a great start. We like Katie's already dropped the F-bomb.
Who had a bet on Katie swearing in 0.5 seconds?
I knew that is a new world record. I'm not going to lie. That's never going to be beaten this whole time, this podcast run. That's never, ever going to be beaten. Well, hi, everyone. I don't know if you recognise the crew back together, the original crew.
We're back.
We're not going to refer to, Voldemort Ellen. We're not going to refer to it as that because that's just what it is, isn't it?
I'm there thinking, what the hell's LN? What's LN? We support Newcastle. What's she fucking talking about?
The pod who must not be named now. But no, we just joking. I wish everyone well. I don't wish hate on anyone. Even though I'm a cow sometimes, but I don't wish hate on anybody. But thank you everyone for tuning in, because there is actually a few of you watching now. There's nearly 50 people watching already.
Ooh,
Wow, this is amazing. We honestly, I've just set this stream up 3 minutes before we've come live, so please, if it goes wild, we don't know what we're talking about. Katie hasn't even watched the game because she's got superstitious problems, and she's telling them we can't watch the games because we win every time she doesn't watch. Sam does the exact same. She turned on and we scored. So, it is what it is. If this show goes west, which it probably will, just bear with us, I'm sure you're all tuned in for it going west anyway. But I'm just going to pull some comments up because everyone's just been so nice. Oh, Danielle's with us. Love you, Danielle, by the way. Honestly, number one. You've always supported us from day one, and we love you a bit.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, everyone. I'm streaming on my phone, but I'm sorting it out from my laptop, so...
Technical issues.
Could go terribly wrong. Oh, yes, there it is. Page unresponsive. So that's really interesting and exciting. But how
I did say this was going to be a fucking shambles, didn't I?
Well,
I am genius.
Right, guys.
It's us though. It's our last minute approach to it. We knew it was coming, but we still left it till the last minute.
We didn't even have live streaming set up.
And we got 30 minutes late as well.
Because I didn't have live streaming set up, and it takes 24 hours, and we literally sorted this out at about 7:15. So oh, something went wrong on my stream, Dad, on my laptop. Hold on, I'm going to bring it back up. But how are you, ladies? How is everybody? Is everyone good?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely buzzing now. Absolutely buzzing, but we're near enough safe. But I can't watch the matches. I'm fucked now. I fucked it up. I should have just watched it. But in fairness, you all just need to thank me for the win, because I didn't watch it at all.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Thanks. That's very generous of you.
It's no problem.
You can never ever watch a game again. We're not going to allow.
No, because obviously when it comes to superstition gets fucked up when it goes wrong and then they lose, and as soon as that happens, then I can get back on and watch it, and then we win, and then it's like I've got to watch every fucking game, which I do anyway, apart from the last two.
I don't think.
And when I need a nap.
Lose. Do you? We've got. Is it Liverpool next?
Yeah,
we've got Liverpool. Then we've got Arsenal, and we've got Arsenal slap bang in the middle of their two semi-finals, haven't we? Or have I just made that up and made myself up like that?
Because Katie's already in 0.5 seconds sworn already, so we're gonna need a St James's Park size swear jar for the show. I'll shout out Emma as well. She hasn't missed the start of the show.
Oh, well done, Emma.
If that's Emma, Emma that we know, she has not missed the start of the show, which she does every single time.
Yeah, because she fucking thought it was supposed to be at 7, idiot, and we've come on at 7:30. So technically, she's missed it, but we were late.
Yeah,
we did it on purpose.
Yeah, we did it for Emma.
We did it for Emma.
Yeah, Emma, we did it for you, so that we started at 7:30, so you didn't miss it. You were probably early for once, isn't that good? Thank you, Brandon, as well, from Newcastle Fans TV, who I've just done your quiz today actually with my family. Hence why I'm rambling on, because I've been drinking Heineken today, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not my drink of choice, but it is my dad's drink of choice. For today. So I have been drinking Heineken. So if I dash off halfway through this stream, it's because I've broke the seal. Sorry, everyone.
Classy lady.
you know, that's just my life. Oh, Peter,
Isn't it
you just
that you actually know what you're doing? How the fuck do you know what
I'm
you're doing?
I know. Can you believe?
I'm dead proud of you.
I'm so professional. I'm so professional.
Well, I wouldn't say professional at all. You just know what you're doing.
I had Josh on the Magpie channel yesterday, who was amazing, by the way. Actually, to be honest, I can't believe Keg and Matty trusted me with the Magpie channel. Enjoy your night out. I wish I was going out too. We're going to bring this question back up shortly when we get back into talking about the games, because, you know, shout out Ethan as well, man. He's an Arsenal fan, so he'll be slightly annoyed at the result today, which we'll probably bring up as well. Shout out Andrew as well. I'm going to just go through these questions. Shout out. Sorry, everyone, because that's going to be truly annoying for everyone to hear.
We'll just not say out. It's fine. We'll just be quiet.
Adam, because I'm not going to start a war. But thank you for the comment. And well, John, you're in the right place, because
no, you're not, because it's not.
Ellen is no
ladies'
more.
night. No.
It's a no more thing, right? This is the new ladies' night, and it was
no,
meant
it's not.
to be
No, it's not. It's
There is still a ladies' night.
Don't call it ladies' night.
I'm so sorry. I've said it.
It's no beef against people. Like, we just all hated it being called ladies' night from literally the moment go. But because it was branded that way, we couldn't change it. So we just hated it. It was nothing to do with the show, nothing to do with the people. It was a fucking shit name. Simple.
Facts. True. Very true. That's Katie's always honesty that she brings. That's why we love her, because she's just no filter. Emma was here before us. That's because we were half an hour late. We didn't even tell anyone. We were just like, let's just do 7:30.
Should we probably send a tweet out?
Shout out Newcastle Fans TV as well. Thank you. Because you're an amazing platform, so that's amazing for us. Paul here. Best of luck, ladies. Massive weekend for the two. Looks like we are safe now. Don't jinx it, Paul.
No.
Jinx it.
We are Newcastle United. We'll never ever make things easy for us, and we have got a serious run.
The run we've got coming up.
Really, really bad run of games now. Yes, thank you, Peter. If you can, I know this is my channel. It's not going to be on my channel every week. We have got our own YouTube channel, but as I've said, we left it till 7:15 to sort. It was meant to go live at 7, so that tells you everything you need to know. And we didn't have StreamYard set up to go live, so it is what it is. But it will be on our own YouTube channel, which we'll promote for the rest of the week. But yeah, how am I going along with the book? Well, actually, I've got about 5 stickers. No, I haven't really. I've got about 50 maybe at push, but that's probably 1% of the way through. It's going to cost us £9,000 to fill it in, but that's it was my choice. It was literally my choice to do it for YouTube content, so it's my fault. Yes, the OG ladies are back.
What have you got?
Yeah. The Euros
one.
You know, you used to get when you were little, match attacks and that. It's like one of them.
Yeah, I used to love them. I want them. I used to nick my brothers all the time, and you never knew. He'd be like, "Where's that gone?" I was like, "It wasn't in your pack. I don't know what you're talking about."
My dad told us to do.
And I'd nick his.
When you were little, we dragged him
spares and take them to the playground
to get all the spare stickers that we never got for our original, I think it was Premier League stickers, and my dad had to go to a sticker fair and get all the ones that we didn't have when we were younger. It was they were literally charging a fortune per sticker because they were ones that you didn't have. I promise, guys, in 5 minutes we will get onto football, but I'm just going through all the comments because these are all so kind and also amazing, and I'll bring up a couple of the questions as well. Yeah, swapsies, and you had 3 of the same stickers. Literally, I've already got 3 Ben Davis from Wales already. I've only bought 2 sets of stickers. Shout out Dom as well from #9Talk. Go and check out Dom's channel as well. He does loads and loads of content based around Newcastle and other things. So that is amazing. But let's go, ladies. Let's get in to the football, because I'm sure maybe people didn't come for that. Maybe people come for Katie swearing, or Sav's drinking, or the dogs. Maybe that's what you came for. But we are here to talk football. So obviously yesterday, absolutely wild game. wild game yesterday. I don't know. Honestly, I thought of like 80 minutes. I was entering cardiac arrest. I said to my granddad, I was like, I think you're going to have to ring 999. I'm not going to lie, because I think I was about to faint. I was like, like I honestly couldn't breathe. I was so panicked yesterday. I don't even know why, but it was just because I knew that it was such a massive win for us yesterday. Like, it was just another point to safety. Obviously down to 10 men. Unreal game yesterday. Like, I mean, I enjoyed it when it was over. All the way through. Katie didn't even watch it, but I did ask her if she watched the highlights obviously afterwards, and she said, "Are you fucking stupid?" That's what she said to us. Which the answer is yes. I did ask.
To be fair though, to be fair, I didn't actually watch it, but I spent the whole time like with my phone like that, just staring, waiting for updates to come through, pacing, then throwing it down because I was pissed off and scored, and then picking it back up, and then like literally within seconds, constantly just like that, like looking at it all the time, like a crazy stalker girl when they're waiting for a text back.
Football, because every time you don't watch, we win.
I know, that's why I did it.
I'm banning you both from watching it.
I mean,
but
we're banders already.
Yeah, it was like an emotional roller coaster, the whole thing. Like, we had spates where we actually looked quite good. I actually think that we played better against them when there was 11 of them than when there was 10 of them, which is like weird. Yeah, I thought, and I'm going to champion him, and Sam's going to like this now. Matt Ritchie, everyone's suddenly behind Matt Ritchie on Twitter, and I've been yelling about it for months. He needs to be our captain. He won't be, but he does. I just think the second half I spent in sweats and stress. Like, I wanted to turn the telly off when it went 2-2, because I was just like, we've thrown this away. We're going to lose this now.
I always tweet and then I have to like take it back. So I'm always like, oh, just fuck off. Or like, typical Newcastle. Then we go and do it. We did exactly the same thing against like Spurs, and we drew against Spurs. And I was absolutely fuming. I was like, right, I'm sick of this. And then obviously we drew. So it's like, oh, awkward.
Yeah. And Willock coming on. I mean, why didn't start, or why didn't come on sooner? I mean, I think, I wish Steve Bruce, as soon as he starts to see us playing absolute dog shite, would just make a substitution, just change it, because as soon as we start playing crap, we just continue to play crap until he makes a change, and it's always really late. We were really lucky yesterday that it was timed when it was, because obviously Willock nicked a goal, but I think if he'd have brought him on a little bit sooner, it wouldn't have got to the dire situation that it was in at the end, and we wouldn't have all been sitting there.
As well, saying Willock should have started, which I was in agreement with. I thought he should have started.
And then at the end, he's going, "Oh well, I'd like to keep him here." It's like, you're literally saying you want to keep someone here that you keep on the bench. What are you talking about? But I'm trying not to get my hopes up that he's going to stay. I'd love him to stay, because I think that he brings something that we severely lack in our side, which is like an attacking threat. But yeah, I mean, result brilliant, 3 points, we needed it, but some of it was really awful to watch.
Yeah, it was really terrible. But Josh, I did forget, I'm sorry, I'm like at this point, I'm like 7 bottles of Heineken deep, and I don't drink Heineken. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, lager's not.
Are you gonna fall asleep midstream?
No, I won't fall asleep. I'm not you, and I won't order a drink while I'm drunk today. I won't do that. But I'm actually, to be fair, I'm all right. I'm just, maybe, as I say, I have broken the seal, so unfortunately I might just have to nip off.
Do you know what you said then? That you've just broken the seal, like when you just piss yourself, like right then. I was like, how am I? Like, for sure. Like, don't do shit like that.
Jesus Lord, I'm not that far. But yes, as I say, Josh, sorry about that. But Sav is your co-horse, and this show,
I'm the best co-horse.
There is no co-horses on this show, because we're all just, it's our show. It's our show. There's no presenter. I'm just taking the lead because I've got the laptop. But,
and because we're all lazy. Yeah,
and everyone else, I just had to take it on myself to sort of stream it out, but it was kind of my fault that I didn't check it last night. Or Leicester scored. Is that the cup game in Southampton? Is that who they're playing today?
Yeah.
I've been so beyond it. I literally played Mario Kart with my family for like 3 hours, and I did my nails last night, and I've took them off. Like, my nails are literally here. I've took them off so I can play Mario Kart. Like, that's where I'm at with my life at the moment. So
right. So anyway, back to the game.
Yes, go on. Yeah. You can have a go now. It might be your turn now. Do you fancy a go?
Well, I didn't watch it because I fell asleep last week and I missed last week's game. So then I shit myself and thought, we won, so I shouldn't watch this game. So I do it all the time. I've got loads of stupid freaking superstitions, and it's annoying as hell. So I was like, I put it on. Okay, I can't watch it because if I watch that and we fucking lose, it's my fault. So I didn't watch it. We fucking won, which was beautiful, but so fucking annoying. I absolutely loved when Richie crossed it over and then he did that little jumpy dance in the air. That was like my favourite part of the whole thing.
Did you
Standard
understand
the whole.
Willock and he was calling him Willie. He was like Willie.
I just want Joe Willock. Like literally, Arsenal have done more for us this season than they've done for themselves. Like literally, I just want to keep him. I'd love to keep him. If he goes back to Arsenal, he's not going to get any games, so he just needs to stay put. Really, that'd be nice. And yeah, I'm not watching the game at the weekend.
I talked to an Arsenal fan today. Yeah, I was talking to an Arsenal fan today, and
what's that?
He said.
Yes.
There you go. So I talked to an Arsenal fan today, and he said that he wants Joe Willock and Ainsley Maitland-Niles back because he doesn't think like Ceballos or Ceballos, however you say it, is it. Basically, he said I don't think Ceballos is it. Get rid of every single Spaniard out of my club. That's what he said. Get rid of Bellerin, get rid of Arteta, and get rid of Ceballos. So I don't want him to go back. I am totally in agreement with you. I don't want him to go back to. I would love to sign him if it's going to be 15 million. I can't see the problem. He's a young player. He's the best midfielder we've got, which is really not. You're not looking at much, really. Let's be honest. He's the best one we've got at the moment, and I would love it because I think he actually. How cute was it when he said Maggie's on the video yesterday? Come on, you Maggies.
Oh,
that is so cute. I've never heard us called Maggies in my life. But it wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad at him.
I just want to give him some tea. Like I just want to feed him. I just want to give him. I just want to give him some. I'll give him a cup of tea.
That's not.
Give him a cup of
fell
tea
off my bed.
and give him a dinner. What the fuck are you falling off your bed for? Do you know what, right?
I went to grab another bottle of water and I fell off my bed. It was over the other side of the room.
Water.
Yeah,
I miss how posh she sounds when she says Newcastle. When she says Newcastle.
I can't help it. I'm not. No one's ever called me posh though, so thank you.
Let's call Danny.
Yeah, I said you sound posh. I didn't say you were posh. I said you sound posh. Yeah, so anyway, I didn't watch the game, so I'm pretty shit when it comes to actually providing comments on it. So let's go to Sam, whichever way she is on the thing. I don't know where you are.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I didn't watch the game either. So we're not great for this. Well, I didn't. So I was sorting out the car, and I didn't know anything that was happening. And then somebody told me that we were winning. And I was like, right, okay. And then it got to half time and then we were really shit. So I think the key is that I'm not allowed to know what's happening, maybe. So anyway, I raced back and realised it was 2-2 on Twitter. So I put it on. So I got into the house, turned the TV on. And at the very moment the TV went on, Willock scored.
Right, you two.
So
what are you supposed to do now?
I don't know.
Are you supposed to wait until we're drawing and then watch it, or wait until a specific minutes and then watch it? You've really fucked up your superstition here, love. I don't know what you're going to do.
I have. I'm conflicted. Now, I don't think we're going to do anything against Liverpool, so I can take it or leave it. But yeah, there's a bit more work that needs to be done in terms of, the right way to approach games. But from the highlights, I thought it would be a 2-2 draw. I thought it would be a game of two halves, but I thought West Ham would start well and we would finish well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too far off that, and kudos to Matt Ritchie. He's been brilliant. I'm not going to go back on anything that I've said because that's just not what you do. But he's sorted himself out. So Dave, no hardened criminals will be interviewed. So yeah, it was a good match. Love Willock. He's great. Would love him to stay. He'd be our best midfielder. I don't think we'll ever sell any of our midfielders. They're probably all going to get testimonials and retire at some point. So yeah, we'll just have to keep borrowing other people's.
Yeah, I always remember Sav was relating to it. Like one of the first shows we ever did, Sav was like, we always shop in the bargain basement, and I laughed because I was like, you know what, that's exactly what it usually is. We're either getting players from teams that have already been relegated, like in the summer, or we're getting players from teams who never got promoted that year. Like obviously we did it with Jamal Lewis when we got him from Norwich. Great news for Norwich as well. They're promoted back to the Premier League, but I am not going to hate on Norwich and call them yo-yo as I have seen like everybody else, because you know people probably say, where are your team? That's fine, guys.
It's good because I can get to away days there.
Oh yes, you can.
Yeah, it's ideal for me as long as we don't go down. Obviously,
she can go Arsenal and Norwich away.
It's so mean.
Arsenal, sorry, Norwich and Arsenal. But yeah, I totally agree with. Sorry, is it Dunil? I'm really sorry if I'm butchering your name. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not the most cohesive speaking person. But yeah, will it give us energy? Completely agree. I thought you had a great game again yesterday. And in my opinion, I know Steve Bruce is going to come out with the opinion of like, oh, is it impact sub? I did the exactly right thing. I brought him in at the exact right time to give us energy. But we could really do with that like midway through the game, because like 30 to 35 minutes, we play fine. We play with intensity. We look like we know what we're doing. We have like a plan, which is unusual for us. And then after 35 minutes, we drop off every single time till like later on in the game. We saw it yesterday. What the hell has been said at half time yesterday? Would someone like to enlighten me? Like, what has he said to them players yesterday to make us play that way in the second half?
Go back to normal.
Yeah.
Do what you usually do.
We were actually like towards the end of that first, well, in half time, I was like, I'm actually really enjoying watching us play, because we were attacking and we were, and like you said, what on earth went on at half time for them to come out and just go back to donkey mode?
We always do it, don't we? We always literally will have a little bit of a good like run, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Look at us go. And then it's, oh, there we go. We go back to normal. That's how we play. Shit. Fucking shit. Uninteresting football. I was about to say unboring, like unboring football, yeah.
I think we're going to have a conversation about Shelby, actually, because I know that I'm not his biggest fan. I did make a comment yesterday that his next shite should be a cactus. So you know, everyone knows how I feel about him. Sam, I know you really, really aren't a fan of Shelby. How did you think he played yesterday? Because in my opinion, I thought he had a really, really bad game.
He didn't play well, and the difference was that we tried to keep the ball on the ground and break fast with players, and he can't do that. You know, he got an assist in the previous game, like he passed the ball forward about 10 yards in his own half. But if he's not grabbing the ball and trying to hit it long, that wasn't our game yesterday. So he was completely ineffective. He doesn't fit that plan, which is why it really frustrates me that we should have had a Willock in there. You know, because when we broke and we attacked, we were getting so many players forward. He's not involved in it. That's not his game. So when you have Willock on, that's exactly what his strength is. So I just didn't think that. You know, Sean was better because he has a bit about him, but I just hate it when we play those two in midfield. Shelby, you know, I just don't see a system that's going to suit him. You know, if we stay up and we're looking at next season, I just don't see how he continue playing him, because it just doesn't suit. And he just doesn't look arsed, and maybe that's his personality. But, you know, someone said about him, you know, not celebrating. I think he's very frustrated because he knows nobody likes him. And, you know, there's a few diehard Shelby fans on Twitter, but generally people can take him or leave him. And I think that's starting to frustrate him now.
Yeah, I think so as well. And like, obviously we know that he wasn't very favoured under the previous manager. There was a lot of sly comments made on his behalf, like after he left, and he's been so like praiseful of Steve Bruce and said that his man management is really, really good. And like, it's just things that I don't see. There's things I don't see in Shelby, but then again, I'm not the manager. Maybe I should be. maybe we'll do a better job. But yeah, there's things in Shelby that I clearly am not seeing, that everyone else is not seeing, that Steve Bruce is. And to me, I think it's an absolute shambles that he's the captain, because the way he acts on the football pitch, he's lazy. He just strolls around. He's so pedestrianised. Like, that's not someone. I want Matt Ritchie. I want Matt Ritchie to be the captain, who's fake, like fake heading balls in with the players, shouting, celebrating goals. Like, he had a great game again, Matt Ritchie, yesterday. And obviously, Katie and Sam, I know you're both big Matt Ritchie fans. We had this conversation a couple of months ago on our old show, and we said, like, would you, when he was like looking to go to Bournemouth or back to Bournemouth on loan possibly, and it was a case of like, would you keep Matt Ritchie? And I think I kind of said no. I said the only thing that he brings is leadership qualities and, passion. He's like a passion merchant, if that's what you want to put it. But honestly, he's come into the team again, had a good run in the team, and I think he's been one of the best players on the pitch, in my opinion, the last couple of games he's played. It's something we needed that we haven't seen in Jamal Lewis, that we haven't seen in Paul Dummett when he plays as a flat left back. But that kind of wing back position, Matt Ritchie's just absolutely smashing it at the minute. And Kate, I know you love Matt Ritchie. Well, you like Ryan Fraser more in terms of your little Scots.
I like the little people, yeah, because we stick together.
Want to say that again?
I was just saying that I like little people because we stick together. But I love him. I think he fucked up loads. I think he's the best player? No, but it's his attitude and his ranting and it's his kicking off that I like on the pitch, because if you don't have that, you've got, well, basically just look at Shelby. Shelby doesn't look like he ever speaks, and you don't really see it very much.
Like, if there's a bad decision, I never see him being the first one there.
Exactly, and like Lascelles is like, he's all right with it, but he just sort of like, I think he sort of like restrains himself a bit, whereas Richie doesn't give a fuck, and that's what I like about him. I just like that he's just like a little hot head, and I think we need that kind of. We definitely need that kind of player. If I'm going to be honest, I don't know who with, but I've replaced most of the team. To be fair, so but but with Shelby brings no pace anymore. He literally is. Someone said it before, he is a one-trick pony. You want him, he'll do a fantastic ball in, and you'll have just been slating him for not running around, and he'll score, or he'll set someone up. But then that's all you'll ever see of it. If that was just the game, it'd be great at the NFL probably, but it's just too fast for him now, in my opinion. I think the best thing about Richie was his little dance, which I fucking love. So. His little thing. I tried to do it as well. I was like, I can
dance now.
I tried to copy it and I nearly fell over. And I looked more like a fish out of water that was being murdered than anything that remotely looked like what he was doing. And I probably looked more terrified of my face, thinking that I was going to fall down and like smash my glasses, even though I was literally like 2 inches off the fucking floor. So, but yeah. So. Yeah. Very good.
Sav, how do you feel? Because I know you always advocate for Matt Ritchie. You always, you tweet about him, you tweet praise about him, you love him. Like, how do you think the team has coped since he's come back in? Do you think he's someone that can help us with safety? Because I think he can. I think that's what we need.
I think Matt Ritchie's a grafter, isn't he? And he's come back, and at the time, he was having a bad run of form. There was no leadership going on, and it's like the Shelby argument. Shelby isn't leading. And I've noticed since Matt Ritchie's come back, it's more organised. You can see him supporting everyone. You can see him shouting things like all the goals yesterday. He ran over. He was really happy. He was celebrating them. And that's what you need. You need a bit of everyone always says it, passion on that pitch, because there was none. And I did think it was quite unprofessional of Steve Bruce to bench him over that row, because apparently he apologised straight away. So I'm assuming that was why he was benched.
Oh, really? Like, it wasn't even him. Like, Steve Bruce called him out in the media and said that it was his fault.
Yeah. Yes, exactly it. And it just seemed really petty that I thought at one point he's going to be benched for the rest of the season and he's off in the summer. I mean, he might still be off in the summer, but I hope not. I think, especially at the moment when you're in a relegation battle, you really need those players that will graft. And he's definitely, for me, like the main one. I've always said it. It's that he does have bad games. I know people say, oh, his legs have gone. I don't actually think he plays that badly. I think he puts in some amazing crosses. It's better than Shelby, who's running around in the middle, just giving the ball away. I'd much rather have Matt Ritchie on the pitch than a player like Shelby. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him because I think he's hit the ground running, coming back, and everyone's recognised it. And it's nice to see because for a little while, he went off his game, I suppose, a little bit. And people were saying, oh, we should get rid of him. And he's come back and he's sort of shown people why he deserves a place on that squad. And it's great to see.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to pick up this comment here from Matt as well. Richie's far better when we're playing attacking. The team is begging for attacking intent. He's limited in defence, but Bruce sets up as such. Yeah, that's why he's so good in a back five, if you will, you know, with 3 centre-backs and the 2 wing-backs, because he has got attacking intent. That's, you know, he's primarily a winger, I guess. So that's why that in that position he is so good. And I think that's where the mentality's changed, because the same for Jacob Murphy. They're both, you know, originally attacking players, and obviously Jacob Murphy on the other side, who, you know, he was a winger, and I think he's had some relatively decent performances as a winger himself, but he's completely made that right wing back position now his own, and we haven't really had a right wing back in the team for a long time, because you could maybe argue Yedlin a little bit, but I think that was more because of his pace, that he was probably, you know, looked at like that. But I think Jacob Murphy and Matt Ritchie are doing phenomenal jobs at the moment, absolutely phenomenal jobs. Thank you everyone for the comments, by the way. Everyone's been so like super nice, and they're actually glad to see us back together. Like, oh, there's actually people that like us, isn't that cute? It makes me laugh so much. But I'm gonna pick on I know. Well, I'm talking for myself because I can't read myself, but thank you, Dave, as well.
Yeah,
for,
just on that note, I'm actually going to go. I'm going, but I'm going to come back in a minute because I'm proper lagging.
Yeah, you're like...
Right, so I'll see you later.
Okay, see you in a minute. We're going to pop onto this question then. I guess we've spoke, obviously, about the game. There's not much more... Well, there is a lot more to say. We'll pick back up on it. But just because this question here... obviously I'll ask it to everybody, but who do you realistically want to buy in the summer? For me, I think there's a striker is extremely important, and not a striker who isn't proven as a goal scorer, who hasn't got experience. In my opinion, like, we need, not that we're going to get him, but we need like a Danny Ings type who had Premier League experience. We know he's scored in several different teams, and we need that sort of experience, not like where we've ended up with Joe Linton, and this is no fault of his own because he isn't a striker. He's been bought as a striker. We don't want to make a mistake like that again and end up realising like 18 months down the line that he's probably a centre mid. Like, we don't need that. We need an actual decent proven striker. Who we'll get, I don't know. I would love someone like Giroud or someone like that, but I mean, to be fair, that would be achievable because I think he's coming like towards the end of his career now. He's, how old is he? 34 possibly. So I would love someone like Giroud. I think depending on how we play, obviously with the wing backs and stuff, we're looking to get, you know, Lejeune back, hopefully. Whether or not we sell him, I don't know. Steve Bruce doesn't seem keen, which is strange. He got player of the month last month for Alaves as well, which I think we need a player like Lejeune back in the team for me. I think it all depends who goes. We absolutely need midfielders. Joe Willock, for example, need midfielders. Sean Longstaff and Shelby don't do it for me. Obviously, Hayden is yet to come back, but we need better and more direct, creative midfielders, in my opinion, as well. We're probably, I don't want it to, but depending on what happens, we're going to end up losing a couple of people. Possibly St. Maximin's going to be the first on the list, because he's the most desirable in the squad at the moment. But yeah, there's a couple of positions I think I would personally buy. Who is the answer? Because I don't even know who, you know, at this point we could attract. Sav, who do you think? Is there anyone you would want to buy in the summer? Any positions you feel like you want to strengthen?
Do you know what? I think we need to offload some deadwood. Like, seriously, we need to get some players off, out. And before we start bringing too many in, I agree with a striker. I don't know if he'd go out and get one though, because they've already said that we've got no money. He's already putting that message out there so that we're not all disappointed.
Alan Wilson as well at his price, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Midfield is an absolute shambles, but I think that we need to get rid of some of them. It's really difficult when you're talking about the bargain basement ones. I could name you so many players that I'd want, but we'd never be able to afford them in a million years. And then everyone else is just sort of mediocre that you just wouldn't really look at and think, oh yeah, they're a really good player. But Willock, I agree. I really hope, if anything, we just buy Joe Willock or get another year's loan on him or just anything just to keep him there for a bit longer, because I think that he sort of makes us better when he's on the pitch and we're more attacking, and that's the sort of players that we need. But yeah, a striker definitely, but will we get one? Probably not.
Yeah.
But if we got taken over, I'd love Jack Grealish, just because I love his hair and I talk about it all the time. But he's got luscious hair, the way it flows around. Everyone's like, he's got really bad hair. He hasn't. It's lovely. I actually watch all of Villa's games, and don't ever anyone start accusing me of being a secret Villa fan, for God's sake. But him and Matty Cash have just got the most amazing hair. I could watch them all day. But I've sidelined now. But yeah, good hairstyles. That's what we need.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you.
He doesn't have good hair.
You really want positions you want in the summer?
So the one name that keeps coming into my head, and I thought it again today, was I would like to take Josh Maja if he's available on loan again next season, because I don't think he's going to step Fulham. I don't know if he'd be available on loan or to buy, and I don't care that he was at Sunderland, because I think that's what we're going to be looking at. He's young, he's still a bit raw, but he's actually got experience from this half-season loan. I think that would be the kind of player we'd look at. I think we'd have to sell Gale to do it. I don't see the point of keeping Gale and Carl on the bench. Carl coming on for like a minute. Yeah, he's a low-cost option, so you could keep him.
Surely we can't offer him another year contract.
Well, if he's only on 20 grand a week, it's the lowest cost option of having someone. That's the only reason that I can think. I can't wait to see Lejeune come back. If we're going to continue to play three at the back, he will fit in perfectly. He'll have had an amazing season, and if someone's not going to give us a massive offer for him, then I would see him slotting in, no problem. Deadwood, I think one of the keepers is going to go. Because we've got Woodman. If Swansea get back up, maybe they'll keep him on loan, and that gets him Premier League experience. But if not, then for me, I would sell Darlow. Not to cause rage in anyone, but I think he needs to go and play first team football. He's hitting 30 now, and he's a great keeper, so he needs to go. The other striker option that got mentioned is Adam Armstrong, because there's like a 40% Sports Direct discount on him.
Oh, like buyback.
We sold him. So, again, if you're thinking about getting someone for cheap, then might put a wee discount in there.
That's exactly what I'll do. That deal has Mike Ashley and Lee Charnley written all over it.
I don't know if it's the right deal. I don't know if he's the right player, but that is the deal that they could potentially go for, because it's a cheap option to get someone in. Midfielders, God. I mean, again, we need to get rid of someone. I think we can all think who we want to get rid of, but I mean, who would we bring in? Maybe Loftus-Cheek might be a good shout. Willock, absolutely, would take him in a heartbeat. But you just don't know what we're going to look at. You don't even know if we're going to sign anyone. And I really think it'll be a case of you need to sell to buy, which means it's going to take so long, because finances are stretched, and it's going to be like that stupid domino effect that we had with if Matty Longstaff goes here, then this player will go here, and then we were going to be able to get a player in. I think it's going to be like that in the summer, and we'll be looking at free transfers. And it's going to be even worse, because so many clubs don't have money. And like what happened with Ryan Fraser, not knocking him, but he held and held and held and held until he was, convinced it was the right. He got as much money, and Wilson was going. and that impacted us because he got less of a pre-season. So, you know, it's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it is. It always is. When are we ever going into a transfer window with like high hopes? We're just not. It just never happens. We're always just expecting to. I wouldn't be surprised if we try and sign like McGoldrick from Sheffield United or something like that, because honestly, I'm not even knocking McGoldrick. I think he's been good for Sheffield United this season, despite their predicament right now. Obviously, unfortunately, they have been relegated now, partly due to us winning yesterday. Because obviously, if Wolves beat them yesterday, then they were getting relegated because of our win. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went for someone like that on loan, because again, we always shop in the bloomin'. Someone said Primark earlier. I think Primark's being nice. Probably more like Poundland, maybe. I'm not even knocking Poundland. Katie, what about you? Is there anyone you would like to sign, really realistically, or is it more like about positions that you think should be filled?
Well, it all depends on what happens, isn't it? If we're going to lose people, like Maxi, then we are fucked, pretty much. So it's a hard one. We need, if we weren't to lose anyone, we need to clean up the midfield, and I would get another striker in. If we're going to lose people, then we need to fucking look at who we're fucking losing and then shit ourselves. Or maybe not, if we're losing. Like, I'm not fussed now about losing the Longstaffs. I was pissed off initially, but I'm not fussed now. But if we're going to lose people like Maxi, which I don't want ever to do, so you've really upset me when you mentioned it, Kendall, you little shit.
I'm just really...
broke my heart.
It's like I always get attached to like certain players. Like Ben Arthur is probably one of my favourite players that we've had in like probably since, you know, the 2010s. And I just see him as like, I see St. Maximin like that. Like, he has so many elements of Ben Arthur, which makes me love St. Maximin so much. And I just know that we're just the way we are, and if things stay the same, I just know we're not going to keep them. We don't keep players like that. We never ever do. Same with Kabay.
Because we're a stepping stone. We're a stepping stone for players. They'll come onto us, and because we have such a very basic team, they stand out. And yes, he's absolutely amazing, but he stands out more because of the players around him. Imagine if he was in a team with players of the same level as him, what he could actually produce. It will be absolutely insane. But at the moment, he stands out absolutely royally as one, beyond the best player on the team, but also two, kind of like he's made of freaking glass because he just seems to just like break constantly. But that brings people noticing him, and then we obviously become so reliant on them because the difference that he makes into the team. So if we were to lose someone like him, then we'd have to try and find someone exactly like him to replace him, because we can't afford to lose people like that at all. So I just don't know. And if I could just go and get someone like and pick them out of the team and put them in, I'd still stick with one that was said all the time last year, which was Morales from Rangers, because I just fucking love him. He's fucking mental. I absolutely love him.
Mine's actually Morales from Rangers, yeah.
I love him, but he's not going to go anywhere. So it's literally all dependent on who's actually going to start to potentially leave. I'd like it to be the Deadwood. I really would, and I'd like Maxi to stick around. But are we just going to have the exact same season next season? Because nothing's really changed. And why would you want to stay on that? And
I'm going to be great.
As much as I was
really, I can't.
Exactly.
I don't know
so
I've already got enough wrinkles on my forehead to sail a boat. I don't need any more.
Wrinkles to make you sail a boat. Oh, because of waves. I get it.
It was like waves. There was like waves on my forehead. That's why. That was where me logic came from.
Waves on my forehead.
I'm going to have to invest in Botox. Sorry.
Botox is good. I get it. I haven't done for a while. But they did it wrong once, and I had one eyebrow up higher than the other, and I looked permanently quizzical. I had to get the woman to sort it out. She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'll take a photo," and she was like, "Oh yeah, just come in, I'll sort it out."
Yeah, that's me worry. Like, what if I like come in? Like, I've already got a bum head. Like, I don't need like a wide apart eyebrows. Like, oh God, look at me with no eyebrows. Oh, that's never happening. So let everyone know. Obviously, based with signings, talk about signings Gregory's asked this question here. Would you take 50 million for Maxi and then reinvest it? The problem is there, right? 50 million is totally fine. Great. Amazing. We've doubled the profit basically on Maxi. However, it's how that 50 million is then re-spent and reinvested, because I highly doubt that 50 million is going to be reinvested fully into buying new players. It's not. We've seen it in the past. There's been millions of pounds gone missing elsewhere. Like going back even to Andy Carroll going to Liverpool, 35 million for Andy Carroll. Like, when have we seen a gigantic amount of money spent? Almiron was like, obviously the next step, and then we didn't spend that much till obviously the season we got Joe Linton and St. Maximin in. So, oh, hiya. Why sad? Sorry. Because what's happened to the remote?
I can't find it.
All right, it's okay. I'll find it in a minute. We're going to finish soon anyways, okay?
But what I with my cousin was going to see if it's on the couch.
All right, okay, we will. Amy, tell everybody, who do you support? What football team do you like?
Newcastle.
Newcastle, good girl.
Hey.
So yeah,
She would have really screwed you over if she said someone else then, wouldn't she?
I know. Well, yesterday, when the City and Chelsea game was on, she was like, I really like that blue team. I was like, there's two blue teams. She was like, I like the light blue team. I was like, she's like, who's that? I was like, Man City. She's like, I support Man City. I was like, no, you don't. Oh, Man City, yeah, this is gonna let you know. But yeah, that's my problem. I don't think the money's gonna be fully reinvested in the into the team, to be honest. But Sav, what about you? Would you take 50 mil for Maxi and spend it on the team?
I'm exactly the same as you. If we were going to get 50 mil for Maxi and then actually get some decent players in, and that money was properly, reinvested, as you say, then I probably would. The problem I have with ASM is he's been great recently. Like, since he's come back, he's been brilliant. And when he turns up, he really turns up and causes a nuisance. But we have also seen them games where he's turned up and he's looked not asked and he's limped around and he then come off. And they happen for me. They've happened too much. I know he's had a history with like his attitude and stuff and in his past club. And the flips to France, everything that's been going on, it all got a little bit suspicious for me. Like he wasn't settled in Newcastle because he just kept going back there every time he was injured. I probably would cash in on him for 50 million, but only, as you say, if the money is going to be properly reinvested and it's going to be used in a way that improves us, rather than, get rid of some maximum 50 mil and then buy a player for 3 mil and then the rest of the money goes missing and then we get a couple of loans. That sort of situation, then no. But if it was properly reinvested, yes, but only because of his inconsistency, because I love ASM and I think he's so funny and he's so great with the fans, but he does have like media blackouts when you hear nothing from him for a couple of months. And
that time over Christmas, we were all like, where is he? Like, I'd seen him riding around Newcastle on a bike, apparently. He was just nowhere. People seen him on a plane. Like, he was just absolutely nowhere to be found. Like, and you're totally right. That's his problem.
Yeah, he needs to. I think if he was consistent and he didn't keep going missing and there wasn't all this, I think there is probably, to me, it looks like a little bit of upset in the dressing room. I don't know why. We're never told. Nothing comes out of the club unless the mole gets going, who we still don't know who he is, or does he exist because Steve Bruce now says he don't exist again. He or she could be anyone.
Said, I'm really upset about the stories about there being a mole.
Yeah, it was him that said the mole.
You made the story up.
Yeah. I think it's Dwight Gale. I'm going to put it out there. I think it's Dwight Gale. Look at him. Look at the attitude on him. Look at how he's played since he's come back from his injury. He's not asked anymore. And the little shitty comment he made to ASM, that, oh yeah, the save is back. I know ASM laughed, but it still come across, a little bit muggy. So yeah. I think it's him. I'm not accusing him. I don't want them to go out and investigate him. well, yeah, I am accusing him, but
I think it's him.
I'm not accusing him, but I am saying it's
him. Yeah, I just think if you look at him.
What you saying?
I'm so lagging, it's untrue. I'm basically like around a boiler. That's it. Do you put lagging on boilers, or have I just made that up?
What is that? Lagging off a boiler?
No, they put lag. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like lagging on
You mean
boilers?
cladding?
Or,
Like
no?
cladding, what they put like outside of a building?
No, lag. Oh yeah, that's it. Don't matter. Yeah. So,
Hey, woo. See, you get it all in this show. You get it all,
obviously.
guys. You get a conversation about cladding, which is really interesting, and probably more interesting than some of the football we've seen this season. So, you know, there is that. Yeah, got Andy Carroll. We saw him at the end of the window when we built a system around and never replaced him. I agree. I honestly, I was having this conversation today. I don't know who it was with. It might have just been with my granddad, my brother. But I said like we'd never ever replaced when we lost like Shearer. Apart from maybe Bar and Cisse, and then obviously when we had Rondon on loan, we never permanently replaced like a number 9 striker till we got Callum Wilson in. And then obviously he has been injured like a lot over the season. I don't know whether that's to do with the coaching because several teams have been, several players have been injured. Okay, yeah, you can wear that them shoes with the dress. Several of the players have been injured, and there's been injury problems not just with us, but there's been loads of other teams like Leicester, Liverpool, Aston Villa went through it recently. West Ham have got a few of their key players missing, like Rice, Cresswell, Antonio. So it's not just us, you know what I mean? It's not just us who's struggling. It's just unfortunate that we don't have the squad depth that other teams do to compete. Everyone's asking about the Super. Now, I haven't been active on Twitter today too much. So I don't know what's happened with the Super League. I don't know if has it had the go ahead or what's gone on there.
I think they were going to announce it
at 9:30. They're announcing it. And Gary Neville's.
Gary Neville's gone fucking mental.
Yeah, we don't know if it's agreed. So they have to get permission to do it, or else it is actually a breakaway. And that's what people aren't sure what's coming out at 9:30. But it's absolutely scandalous. Like, no regard for fans.
Someone said here as well. Hold on. Oh, it's a gal. Oh, hiya, gal. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Honestly, I love a gal. He's so good. He's an Arsenal fan. Do stuff with him on the terrace. He said Newcastle is supposed to be the 7th Premier League team representing if the takeover takes place.
Yeah, so just before this, I noticed people started tweeting, oh, Newcastle have got involved. And
that's just great, isn't it? Whenever we get involved, it all goes wrong. We've had in the last week, we've had bloody Saudi Prince, Boris Johnson, the whole country and the world has been tweeting about Newcastle United. Leave us out of it, please, because honestly, it never bodes well for us.
Do you not think 7 out of 1 league's a wee bit much? Like, it's just pure greed. It's decimating the league. But people did say the Saudis, apparently, when they were bidding, they said that they would like to be part of it. I don't remember it. It's been that long. It's not something that I would want this to be part of. Like, you know, who's going to be able to go to Milan and watch games and Barcelona and fly all these different places to see games? How many games are there going to be? And the point that Gary Neville made was these clubs have been with the fans for 100 years, and these absolute clown owners that only care about money are just coming in and lifting the club and taking it away with no thought for anyone else. And, you know, so much respect for Bayern Munich and even Paris Saint-Germain, which, you know, sticks in the throat a little bit, that they said no, that they don't think it's the right thing to do. Whereas, you know, you look at Liverpool and Man United, and you just, even their fans are disgusted by it because they've had no consultation. And it's supposed to be, football's supposed to be for fans. So something's going to break in this process. And I said earlier, it's come out, the season's not finished. I would honestly relegate them all if they agree to do it. And if they then decide to come back because it doesn't work, that they can't start in the Premier League.
That's like having your cake and eating it as well. Like you're off to do pastures new, but then when it doesn't work out, you just want to come crawling back. Like, no, that shouldn't be how it works. I don't really, as I say, I haven't been active on Twitter. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what's going on with it today. I know we've mentioned it before, and we've spoke about it before. Obviously, Newcastle Fans TV's here. Chip has said that this is fake and it's just an account wanting likes and retweets. We're so used to that in this Newcastle fan base. Just in the last week, we've seen another, I say a clickbait account coming to play in the Newcastle scheme of things. So, but a lot of people are disagreeing with the Super League. I just don't see the point. It's just a complete, again, which is what football is now, business. And it's just a money-making thing. Again, it completely undermines all of the typical football fans, the clubs that wouldn't be able to compete in the Super League, even if they wanted to. Like, they just can't. It wouldn't be physically possible. And I just think, yeah, we spoke about this before, and I just think it's crap. Katie, what's your thoughts on it? Well, I know you're going to give us your honest opinion.
Well, before I tell them to fuck off and just leave and just go and do it themselves, but then I actually changed my mind about it because I don't agree with it. I don't want it, but it's also taken a lot of football out of the Northwest, and that's where I'm based. And it's taken a lot of football out of London. So I want to be able to go to the Manchester games. I want to be able to go to the games and watch us play them. And take that away, then they fucked it. I completely agree. If they've done it, if they do decide to do it, then basically just take them out of the league now. Don't let them finish. Class them as relegated. Class them as relegated all the way down all of the leagues.
Is it meant to be happening from like next season?
I don't know.
No idea. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Like all that's all over Twitter at the moment is Gary Neville going fucking mental. I hate Gary Neville. I've always hated Gary Neville because I hate Man United, and I have never agreed with him so much in my entire life, and I fucking loved it. And he was so perfectly right. And it's just greed. It's all about greed. And he's saying, I make money out of football, but I do it because I love football, not for the greed purposes. And that's all they're doing. And he's there saying, take points off them, get them relegated. Just, if it happens, it's fucked football. And your Premier League will basically become like League One football in a couple of seasons. And that's what will happen.
Imagine Liverpool and Everton being in this 2 kilometres away from each other, and they'll never play each other because Liverpool have fucked off to a different league. You know, when you talk, at least with the Manchester, both clubs go, but Merseyside, it's just unbelievable that they would contemplate that.
It was the only derby game so far this season that's actually been any worth watching. The rest of the derby have been atrocious and boring, and they've been hyped up big time by BT, Sky, and they've been crap. So to lose that, and to lose that historical rivalry that brings so much joy to like fans, like excitement to fans. I know obviously we can't really speak from a rivalry sense because we don't have a rival anymore in terms of like out in the league. If you will, like, we don't have like a local rival. Obviously we have, you know, league place rivals, but not rivals. And even I've missed that. I've missed derby days. Not that I miss Sunderland, I don't. But I've missed the excitement of derby days, like just the fun around it, that, you know, like everything's at stake. To lose that will be atrocious. Arsenal and Tottenham, obviously, I don't know if both of them will be joining the Super League. Obviously,
they will.
Man United, Man City, and would it be Arsenal as well? Arsenal, Man City.
That's what made us. That's what made Chelsea. That's what made us laugh today when Gary Neville was basically saying like how Arsenal are basically he wanted to say they basically played shit. Well, he said shambles because obviously it was on Sky Sports. And he's just pointing out like Arsenal would go as a super club, but they're fucking shit.
That's the thing, they're not even in the top 6, all that lot. Like Tottenham aren't either. So they're saying that they're better than teams that are above them.
I completely agree with this comment as well. I think the European Super League is a kick in the teeth to all the fans and local communities that have had investment in these clubs. You lose the integrity of the game massively. I completely agree because, like, apart from football is meant to be for everybody, you know, it was named the working class game from like day one. Like that's what everybody got involved in. And to have this Super League, as Sam, you were saying, who's going to be able to go to Milan to watch games? Like, especially, I know obviously. You know, Pete from NUFC Matters said that it's not going to start till 23-24. That's fair enough. But do we even know if the world's going to be normal at that point? Like, is there even going to be any fans to witness this Super League? Like, the full amount of fans? Like, I know we don't know the way this is going to go or anything, but like, I just think it's ridiculous. Obviously, Robert's saying here as well, Man City said no Super League. So, like, they're going to want Man City's investment because they're one of the richest clubs. They're going to want that. you know, the backing from that club. I really just don't know what's going on here, but I can't believe we've already hit an hour mark. That's crazy. That is absolutely flown over once again. But yes, Transon's just reminded me, actually, he's going to dig his waistcoat out. He's Steve Arnott waistcoat out for Line of Duty, which is on at 9 o'clock. Sorry, my cat's just decided to have a really serious quarters. I'm not missing Line of Duty for that crap announcement. Neither am I, Julie, because Line of Duty, I've finished. I binge watched it. I haven't watched it from the beginning, and I've literally binge watched Line of Duty in a week, every single series. So now I'm caught up. So I'm caught up now to the point where I can actually watch tonight's episode. I'm not going to give any spoilers out or talk about.
No spoilers.
Yeah, people won't have watched it, and people won't have finished the series and stuff. And I think I got people on my Twitter to start watching it because I was just banging on about it. Stu messaged me a few days ago and he was like, I'm going to kill you. And I was like, why? I thought, oh my God, what have I done? What have I said? And he was like, you've literally got me obsessed with Line of Duty. So he's been now. I was woke up in the morning. I was like, oh God, what have I done? Like, you know, when you get a message from a girl you don't know and you're like, whose boyfriend? When that happens, I'm like, oh God. Not purposely, obviously I didn't know they were not single. But yeah, I'm gonna put that out there and I'm just not gonna further incriminate myself. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Our hour has absolutely flown over once again. And it's so nice to have band back together, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
And I know we did it for a while, Katie, but we missed you as well. We did miss you. I think everybody did.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't the same without you, Katie.
Thanks very much.
We're like non-emotional, isn't she?
Oh my God!
Thanks, Katie's like, thanks.
All right.
Didn't miss you. Soz everyone. For some reason I can't. If I remove this banner, maybe I will. So I want obviously everybody let you guys know where everybody can find you. Oh, they have done it. I'm getting used to the StreamYard crack, mind you. I really am. I'm getting used to it. I'm so professional now. I mean, if Peter watches the stream, he probably won't think the same. Like,
professional.
I am trying to be professional. But Sam, where can everyone find you? Let everyone know any podcasts that you do. So, know obviously since we all started doing our own thing. Sorry, I couldn't hide me excited for a little bit there. That we all started doing our own thing. Everyone started doing more podcasts. So let everybody know where they can find you, please.
Yeah. So generally just Twitter handles here. And I pop up sporadically on Gallagate's Extra Time, on Big Toon Chat, and on Baz's Mental Health podcast on a weekly basis, which I really enjoy. It's not Newcastle related, it's just people that come on talk about the struggles they're having. So something really different, and all the details are on my Twitter.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Honestly, Sam's doing so much since obviously we made our own paths, and it's so good to see. So good to see. Katie, where can everyone find you if you want them to find you, sorry?
On Twitter. On here, that's it. I'm the one that doesn't do the other podcasts. I have promised. That's
because you've been ghost. That's not because people don't want you to. That's because you've been ghost for like a good few months.
And the fact that I just say no. But it's not because I don't want to. It's just because I'm so busy with other stuff that most of the time I don't have time. I have said though that I will go, and I don't know most podcasts I have now because I have basically ghosted Twitter. That I will do one with Josh. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry.
Away Day show.
Yeah, so I'll do one with Josh. But other than that, just Twitter or here.
Yes, here as well. We'll obviously talk about that in a minute. Sav, where can everyone find you? Let everyone know your podcast, because I know you are across the board right now.
Yeah, I'm mainly at the moment I'm the co-host on the Away Day show. And I'm going to be starting my own. I say it all the time. I'm now getting really confused. I'm like, do I start a YouTube or do I just do TikTok? I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I could fill a time slot on YouTube without talking about a load of rubbish and boring everyone to tears. So I'm either going to start a YouTube or I'm going to start a TikTok and just say 15 seconds of intelligent stuff for people to hear. That might be more achievable than 20 minutes on YouTube. But yeah, do I do anywhere else? I don't know. No, away day show. I mainly do there. I do the odd other one, but I don't know. That sounds really
Not
bad.
regularly.
I've
And
done
if
so
she has
many.
forgotten you, not that important in her life.
I don't mean it with any disrespect. It's just I've done so many.
All
Yeah.
right, show off.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
No, I'm not showing off. I just can't remember them all now. I've had brain fade. No.
You're not mentioning them all because they're all fucking Arsenal ones. That's why.
Yeah, I'm always on the Arsenal podcast. No, I'm not.
Comes out in a balaclava. She's like balaclava woman instead of balaclava man.
I just have a bag on my head.
No, but honestly, all the girls are doing literally amazing stuff. Everyone's doing unreal stuff. So much NUFC content out there right now, which is so good as well. Like I never used to see that ever. Obviously apart from when I used to do Magpie channel and stuff, which is amazing. So but yeah, obviously kind of on for me. This is obviously my YouTube channel, but this show will be weekly. Maybe we've decided on a Sunday. It just depends because if we play on a Monday, maybe obviously a Sunday is not a good idea. But we'll change. I don't think we've got any Monday night games for about 3 or 4 weeks, so that'll be fine. So probably every Sunday, either 7 or half 7 if we get our asses into gear and decide on a time. But obviously, if you just follow our Twitters, you'll find out there. You'll also find me on the Football Terrace Wednesdays and Sundays at midnight, and also Friday where I host my own show. You'll find me on the Magpie channel, do play ratings after every game, and here and there in between. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. So grateful for your support, like ever since, honestly, everything that's been going the last few weeks, just madness. Shout out to all the people that I do streams with who have popped in, all the people that Sav and Sam do streams with who have popped in. Honestly, genuinely so your support. So make sure you probably Sunday if everyone's free. We will be more organised next week. We will be on our own channel, not mine. But yeah, thank you everyone. Hope you have enjoyed the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your week. But we'll see you next week.